Hello. Be white.
Be right.
Be rich.
Be straight. We're the John Howard Ladies Auxiliary Fan Club.
Yes.
Mr. Hamid.
Yes, who was obviously a very high threat to the country.
Yes, great threat to our border security. Darling, he managed to get quite a bit of sympathy. I don't know how, because he has such dark skin.
No, it was that political correctness, you know.
Was it? I was calling.
There's
That
no
again.
evidence.
Against him. Yeah, it doesn't
No.
mean we can't lock him up.
It doesn't mean to say he's not a terrorist.
Exactly. Well, if
No.
he isn't a terrorist, we can still lock him up.
But somehow
Foreigner,
did.
after all.
Somehow he managed to convince everyone he was a perfectly charming chap.
Yeah, so that didn't work. Then we had the Northern Territory intervention.
Yes. Race card.
Race card.
Number 2.
Number 2, yes. So then we had Mr. Howard taking over the leases, which is wonderful for you, isn't it, darling?
Fantastic. Recently put all our stocks with Hugh Morgan in
Western Mining.
Western Mining.
Western Mining
There's
marvellous.
no opposition now.
No opposition. You can go right in there and get all
Exactly.
the uranium you want. You just have to
Exactly.
wash the children first, you get right underneath them and get all that uranium.
Brilliant.
Yes. And you know, Ernest Lee and I were digging around the garden, we found we have a huge deposit of uranium.
Oh, lovely.
Right at the back door. I know. So we were thinking perhaps Mr. Howard would like to come and take over the mortgage and the superannuation benefits. And we'll have lots of yellow cake for our home produce.
Ah, yes. And perhaps he could wash the children while he's at it.
Children! Yes!
Yes, but the thing is, with the federal intervention, is the silly little children didn't disclose anything. So
No.
that one has flunked as well.
Do you know, darling, maybe that's because they don't speak English.
Oh, well, there is that. But you see, we all know that the answer to everything is, in the end, to send the army in.
Send the army in.
That's right. Send the army in and wash the children. They're awfully good at washing children.
But
Why
so-
doesn't it work?
Well, that one hasn't worked either, because, again, people just felt sorry for them.
Oh,
Extraordinary.
I
it's
know.
ridiculous political correctness.
And then there was the third race card.
Race card number 3. The Sudanese boy who got himself beaten up horribly to death.
Yes.
Messy business.
What's
Nasty.
messy?
Why
Very
would he be beaten up
un-Australian.
in his own country?
I know.
mean, really, why bother to do it here?
Well, you see, I think they actually were being beaten up in their own country, dear, and that's why they came here.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I don't understand that whole asylum seeker thing.
No, I don't do Alleged.
Alleged asylum seeker thing.
Yes.
Because, I mean, if you were trying to escape from arbitrary persecution and mandatory detention and arrest and
Torture.
without trial, why on earth would you come here?
To get the exact same treatment.
I know.
It's silly, really.
What's that all about?
Absurd. And anyway, as dear Kevin Andrews pointed out, you know, the Minister Against Immigration,
Yes,
dear
Minister
Kevin,
Against Immigration.
yes,
Very smart
it
fellow.
is very un-Australian to be the victim of a racially motivated attack.
Un-Australian.
Un-Australian.
Utterly un-Australian. It's like throwing your children overboard. No, you would, wouldn't you, if they weren't Australian?
Yes, I suppose one would. And I mean, one could argue that racially motivated attacks were in fact the very basis of our proud nation's colonial history.
Oh, right. Well, you can't have a bit of collateral
That's
damage. You
true.
can't have a bit of colonialism without collateral damage. I mean, look at Lebanon. I mean, northern Israel.
Yes.
And Iraq. I mean, look at Iraq.
It's a reality, dear.
It's just
Be
yeah,
dear. It's just a
timeless
reality.
truth,
No,
isn't it?
there's no point crying one's eyes out over the odd bit of genocide.
No.
I mean, this is more of that silly political correctness. So, but anyway, with the Sudanese chap, despite what the Minister Against Immigration said, people just felt sorry for him, didn't they?
You know, I think his temporary protection visa must have run out right at that second.
Yes.
I think that's what happened.
Pop on. Yes.
And there they were with their cronulla capes.
Yes.
Beat the life out of him.
Yes.
Yeah, well,
I mean, I don't mind foreigners coming over as long as they don't have to be white, as long as they're rich.
yes,
then,
we
you know,
love rich
yes.
foreigners like Mr.
Foreigners,
Murdoch. Mr. Murdoch, don't we? We don't mind multinationalism. It's just multiculturalism we're
Yes.
concerned about.
It's a messy business.
Yes.
Absolutely. And
Multinational
as
money up
dear
our
Kevin
shoulders.
Andrews again, I just love Kevin Andrews, as Kevin Andrews also said, ideally we don't want people coming here on boats whatsoever.
Ah, no.
No.
That's true.
Yes, but what about the QE2, darling?
Oh, well, I think there might be an exception for charter yachts and the
Charter
QE2.
yachts.
Oh, right, yes. What about convicts? You know, it's not
Well, oh come on, none of our ancestors arrived here on boats.
just... Yeah.